Good evening, everybody. How's it going? I am just in the process of getting everything set up. Slight bit of a disorganized mess tonight. 'Cause I haven't really had the time to get basically anything ready yet. So do bear with me. Just as I get the server set up for tonight. Okay. That's wrong. Good, I hope I've done this right. I just very quickly set this up. For the server for tonight. Just check. Oh, is layout short? No. Okay. Whee. Okay, just finishing getting things set up behind the scenes here. I think the server should be live though. I don't actually have Content Manager up at the moment, so bear with me, caller. Do I haven't even unmuted my microphone? I have. Okay, we're good. We got that far at least. Okay, it's up. And it's on the right track. Hopefully this is gonna load in just fine. Cool. It seems like we are good. Whew. Yeah, I'm extra dysfunctional tonight. So we're off to a great start off the line. Okay. I think most things are set up now. I just need to change the bottom. Okay, cool. Oof. Trying to think if I'm missing anything. I think that's everything now. Test now is my controls work. Yes, I do. Cool. Overshot back like a fool. God. admittedly, I am pretty dang tired, so I'm hoping, hoping this stream is gonna wake me up a bit, give me a bit of a kick, keep me awake. As you can see, I'm not doing great at the moment, but make sure everything was working. And that pit limiter kicks in super early. Whee. I don't even have it here. Not like a. Oh, it's just a. I don't know why that road's like that, actually. That's a good question. Meant to be part of like another layout or something? The car is doing things. I think it just got force reset to the pit lane. Hoping that doesn't mean I got thrown back for going backwards. However, whilst we are here, just to make sure that everything's ready for the next server. So I'm only the most prepared possible tonight. Definitely. Okay. That. Kind of like that. Is. Cool. I think we should be all good. I got Phil out doing some laps, which is good. Okay. Touch wood, I've got everything set up right. A little bit more driving now, though. A bit more use for the current track. It's first break in, well, I guess second braking zone. You might need to brake it, but I don't know. I did test drive this the other day, but I've forgotten. Forgotten how to drive this car around this track. So we're relearning. I push the brake button. I can't. Okay. Might be worth doing. This last one's always pretty awkward. Is it? It almost feels backwards. It like tightens up as you go through it. Yeah, you definitely could go faster than that through there. Yeah, that's... Braking's over that second corner really creeps up on you. Curves are really short, so you're going to be wary of that, but you can't really ride them much. Otherwise, you very quickly end up in the gravel. There weren't any registrations as well over the past couple of days, I do want to say. There are open slots as per usual, but any registrations that have been done, I haven't had the chance to reflect them on the server today, so you keep that in mind. But yeah, as I said, there's always open slots, so you're free to come in and drive. seems like a kind of not really worth or not. Get all lifting through that. Pick up the throttle and it tries to kill me. Second behind Phil. Let me try loading the setup I had last week because I think that was a bit better than what we have with the default. A bit more stable. Less loosey-goosey. While it is fun, it's not necessarily fast. Be so loose in this thing. So I really don't know where the right braking marker would be, or where the right point would be for that corner, but awesome. Still over 1 minute lap time here, which is interesting. I guess it is a bunch of slow corners, relatively speaking. 52.7, okay, we're getting closer. Just going to change your approach into this section, given that the entry is a lot shallower. To that sort of like first infieldy corner. Looks like lifting is probably the way to go though through camera. Like hit the wheel in the gravel. No. Let's get back to yes. Hit the tips. Where were we at last week? In right. Oh yeah, I also have rearwards brake bias on left. Or more rearwards than start. I'm mainly hoping tonight just to be a bit more competitive than I was last time. But I was relatively competitive, I just made big mistakes, which I might make again tonight, we'll see. Slightly short of gear ratio last week. Is that gonna work here? I guess we'll find out. That's that. So we'll look at that corner. .20 from Yari. Feeling like a better car going around here though. For sure. So I get too eager on the throttle, it's a lot more stable. That's going to be on the timable. It's 52.4. Definitely an improvement. A little dabble at the brakes. There we go, that's better. Lingers again through here. A bit too much. Lost a bit too much, and then curb. And then more curb and sand. Threw that bit away. Back to put that giant mirror. Again, giant, but relatively speaking, because the car is small. Pretty normal sized mirror, I think. Okay. Second gear might be a little too low. They're short of gearing. It's working for this last time though. Kind of get a bit more pointed shooty on the exit. 52.5. Careful on that front. Way too late for this corner. Oh shit. Oh god. Pushed a little too hard there on the exit. Narrow curbs are pretty mean. They really don't allow any extending. And they're about as wide as the wheel, which these cars don't have the widest of tires. So you really don't get much leeway to lean on. One of the things that makes this first corner always pretty treacherous. It's so easy to run wide and stick a couple of wheels in the gravel. Especially on the full layout where speed is a lot more. And it carries as much speed as you can through there. Yeah, that's a bit less of a factor, but it's still. Oh, Bill spun. Trying to avoid him, like, got hooked on the curb there. It's going to be a challenging one, I think. There's going to be quite a lot of dips into the gravel. I foresee. I'm stuck. Okay, that could have been a faster lap were it not for the mid-sector blunder, so what the time lost you to avoid him, Phil. We'll see. I'll avoid most of the curbs around here. I think we'll just ruin your lap. And by extension, maybe even your race if you're really unlucky. In the race, almost near the end of practice already. The only real corner that does have a bit of leeway is that final one. Ooh, 51.9. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. Much better. I'm way too hot in there. Second fastest lap immediately on the gravel. Takes no prisoners, that's for sure. some of these corners is going to be a real challenge. Feels pretty light on this thing, but don't stop this car from getting away from you. If you're not careful. Oh, Mateo's gone a bit too deep. I'm gonna compromise my line through there a bit, but we'll be clocking anyways. 52.5. Yeah. Make use of the inner curb on those first two corners, but that curb on the last corner on the exit, but pretty much everywhere else you're kind of fucked. You dare get a bit too friendly with these curbs. Oh. Tia sails off to the gravel. Bit wider there. $53. Oh my god, that was even slower. Splat. Okay, well, my P2 time stands, but I've not been able to replicate it. I am not convinced it's a good thing. I could get away with 9 liters of fuel, it seems. Maybe even slightly less, but 9 seems like a good number. Not sure if there's anything else I really should change. Maybe try lowering that by 1. Short qualifying here though, so we gotta be on it. Getting those laps in. Only 5 minutes. Oh, okay. My wheel wasn't even pointing the right way. Fantastic. That's one thing I don't like about this wheel sometimes is that, obviously with the old G920, it would always center itself, but if you just let go of this wheel in like idle circumstances, it will just sit wherever you left it, which sometimes means I go and there's no way of telling where the wheel is exactly sometimes until you press go, and then the wheel suddenly like snaps back around the right way, and it's like not nice. It's at least in AC. Because obviously AC's the sim I've played the most since getting this. It's a bit of shit there. But a lap is a lap, so we'll take it. Go third gear throughout this lap. A lot of wiggle room for these corners in terms of lines that you take. It's not easy to pass conventionally, but it's very easy to make mistakes around here, so that's where I think a lot of the passes will come. From people, whether it be me, whether it be somebody else, you know, making a mistake somewhere. Having to forfeit the place because of it. Just a bit of sand there. 50 over low 51. Surprised I am not. Yeah, I probably have an answer for him, but I don't think I will. I'm just hoping I can at least be set a moderately competitive lap time. I hope I can start to bake in some consistency as well, because I definitely was not getting that in practice. So... Okay. Still kind of whatever. That was bad. This raid seems like I might be fighting for reverse grid pole. Map is not great, but we gotta keep going. It was actually a faster lap. What the fuck? Okay. I really didn't feel like it was, but I must have really nailed all the turns. Or just fumbled them so much on the first go around. I don't know. Still slower than where I was in practice, though, so... I'm actually last at the moment. Okay. Good to know. I think everyone is uphill with the 52 flat. Let's say everyone's down into the 51s, but Phil is technically not. But he might as well be. That's 52-2. I'm gonna get one more chance at this. Below the corner. I don't know what I did to secure that lap earlier, but I really can't seem to replicate it in practice. 51. It's in there. I can do it. I just need to remember how. I don't think I did anything crazy special on that lap, but maybe I did. Oh man, I just got slower throughout that qualifying run. That doesn't paint a good image for these races. Ooh. 7 temps off. Ain't great. I think there's another horn. Boo. Okay. Time to race. Soon. I guess the goal is to be not last in both of these races. A great stop, but not a terrible one either. I went a bit too deep. Bugger. Trying to hang around the outside, that didn't really work. Oh, a bit too much throttle on the exit. The rear end did not want to stick down at all. Oh, Mateo's gone off. Recovered pretty well though. Didn't lose too much from that, but he lost the place. But still ahead of me. Ooh, I locked up. Oops. Fuck. Man, I cannot race tonight. What am I doing? Alright, well, it seems like we've got good colors on the carts. Especially if I'm gonna drive like that. Holy shit. Need like somebody to come in the room and just throw like a bucket of ice cold water over me or something. Something to wake me up. So stupid. Bit much grass, but made it work. What am I doing? I cannot make this corner. What am I playing it? Mateo's checking out at the front though. Put the Mateo's off at the gravel again. Oh, I got a wheel in there too. But actually that kind of helped. It was already a pretty poor run, but it actually rotated me a bit more into the corner. Okay, that was a bit egregious there. Luckily got away with it. Again. Tidy up that line a lot more. Can't really change anything on the rear alignment, but if I could, that would be amazing. I feel like that would solve a lot of my handling difficulties at the moment. That rear end is a bit too loosey-goosey. Maybe I have to look between the races and see if there's anything I can change. Might make it a little bit better, maybe soften it up a little more. Feel like it could probably do with that. Okay, I was able to get through that with just lifting instead of braking. Good. Closing back in on Mateo. Hopefully we won't take him out this time. But yeah, this is meant to be the easier race of the two tonight. Well, technically three. You count the double race here as two. So, oh dear. Yeah, I think give it a bit. If I could do something to get a bit more of a stable rear, it would definitely help out a lot. Be able to have a lot more confidence in putting the power down out of these corners than I do currently. Being very tepid on that throttle pedal on the exits. I don't think is really helping me. Of course, it won't go away because that's just kind of how this car is. But having it be marginally better than it is now would definitely go a long way. My quest to not be last. which I'm currently failing at. 51 is there from the two of us. Picking up speed. Getting there. Stop shifting up from here. I keep doing it, but I need to basically immediately downshift. Oh, somebody, I think, fills in the gravel there a bit. We're a bit closer up to us, which is good. Ooh. That's 6. I did a 51.9. Oh, that's wrong. My grass did not help me. That did a bit too soon. Even in that grass. Trying different things on this lap, none of them worked. Well, I just messed up the first corner, but the other corners I tried bits, like running over that curb there, trying to skim it to get a straighter run. Didn't really work. Honestly, you can't even really use that exit curb much, I feel, given the nature of the way the corner exits, at least in a lot of cars. I don't really find myself using it all that much. Like, it's there, it can help, but with how much that corner tightens up anyways, feels a little redundant. With the way it's shaped, at least. That's doing pretty nice. I don't know if it's fast. Oh, my tail locked up a little bit there, but he seems like he got away with it. 51.4. Wow. 1.9 from me. So it was a bit less than last time, but not great. Immediately put this lap on a bit of a downer by overshooting the first corner. Just too inconsistent. That's my problem. If I could bang out closer to my potential every lap, I'd be able to keep up a lot better, I think. I'm not really feeling that grip anymore. It's still there. I think I'm just losing the plot. To rethink my lines through here, I think. Just around the whole track, really. Not really getting them right. I think it's about the only corner I'm really comfortable with. That's probably the easiest of them all. I'm pretty okay at this final section in general. Mainly the opening, I think, that I'm struggling with, really. This first 3 or 4 corners. Which obviously this track's pretty short, so it's like half the lap. This second corner into the infield is really tight. This one's really shallow, but then it tightens. And then it immediately snakes into this long, almost never-ending right-hander that you really got to pick your points right. You know, let's run straight line braking into here. Can almost run this like a short oval track corner. Kind of screwed the exit a bit. And obviously you got all the tears off in the gravel, but I'm too far back to really be able to capitalize on it. Okay, let's check on the just a okay, well, it's actually the softest it can go. I can try lowering the rear end a little bit. See what that gets us. But I don't know if it's going to help terribly much. I'll try dialing back some of the front toe as well. And we're just going to see how that goes. Reverse grid pole, baby. First to last challenge. Speed run. Hopefully I won't be as fast as Max at the Monaco Grand Prix. Doing that. Slide on the exit there. Tails on the inside. Got that line a bit wrong. Kind of swamped. Legends left and right. Yeah, see, opening the door here allows you to straighten this line up so much more at the exit, but allows somebody feeling a bit adventurous to get right up alongside you. Power Yari on the exit. I don't think I'm really going to catch Mateo, so I guess my goal really is to just back these guys up as much as I can, really. Mateo definitely showed at the end of that last race that he has more speed than I do. The car is feeling a bit more stable, which is good. Sliding. Slide up the rears too much. Jump into my outside. A little nudge from Mattia from behind. Shallow into here, but made it work. The lock up. Getting all out of shape here. Oh, I think we might have touched a little bit. Got away with it. Clear. feel like the wall is going to break eventually, but I'm holding it for now. Gonna break here, I think, because he's gonna get up my inside. Challenge him on power on the exit, though. Nailed him. Oh. Got the inside here. That corner is so damn tight. Bumped up off the road. He just outdrove me around there. A little bit of slipstream. I don't think it's going to work out too well. Lock up. Here's the still full of legend. Even though the other's gone. Right out of there. A bit too early there, I think. Yeah, definitely. I feel like this arrow is also a bit too exaggerated. Best to pitch in before you break them, but obviously it is risky. He's gonna dive up the inside here, Jesus. Oh, he just appeared. He appeared and disappeared. That's not scary at all. It's not gonna get it. Parking the bus. Oh, I didn't want to be on this line. What kind of line I ended up being on? Deep. What about your drive over the corner exit here? I've realized. As long as I can nail those, it doesn't matter where they end up relative to me. Just need to focus on that drive out. I touched the gravel though, that's not gonna help. My fill was going on that straight though. Ooh. Up the inside. Ooh, we touched. And third fill, that's good. Yeah, he slid up a lot more than I thought there. He's struggling. He's trying to run away. I fucked up there by getting on the gravel a bit. Okay. Left the door open, crucially. Leaving that door open. I was behind him there fully. As I was spook him into keeping it open. cleared them. But yeah, the mirror really makes them appear a lot closer than they actually are. Something I'm finding out now. Oh, it's a bit wide. Same with the arrows. The arrows really aren't helping either. Ooh, I'm moving it a bit. I've locked up. Okay, we made it. Side by side for here. Let's balance that power. I'm ahead. Yes. Go on the gravel a little bit, but that's okay. Wheel spin on the exit though is not what I wanted. Time around. I locked up a bit. Still made it. We can't bolster down on that apex. I've really been driving more of my mirrors than I had looking ahead of me this race, I'll be honest. But the main thing that matters, especially starting on reverse grid pole. I've kind of fucked that up. Power up. Whee! Oh. That's a very abrupt ending, but that worked out. 9-second gap. Oh, definitely threw up a bit of an iron curtain there. Okay, let's see. Do I have both race replays? I mean, I guess no, because last week I didn't. But I'm not sure. Smooth criminal. My god. That was not easy. Okay, let's see. Do I have the first race? No. Damn it. It's one annoying thing about doing double races. It doesn't... It's inconsistent as to whether or not it saves the first race for me or not. Oh well, we got race 2 at least. If you had any amazing highlights in race 1, then tough luck. Suspicious missing evidence. You know it. I mean, as I say, well, actually, evidence is right there. You could just scroll back the live stream. I ain't hiding shit. Because, well, I guess I technically could actually. You can, like, disable playback, but, like, where's the fun in that? I will leave this running, and I'll come back and talk to it, because I need to go and use the toilet, so give me a couple of seconds. Okay. Ugh. Let me roll the tape back. Yeah. God, yeah, the first race I drove like complete shit though. So that's how we ended up on the old reverse grid pole. Obviously taking out Mateo didn't really help, but that only put both of us even further back, but I was just slow in general and inconsistent. So honestly, I basically mirror drove like the entirety of this race. I didn't have the pace to keep anyone behind me, really. So I just had to try my best to never open that door. This corner is so much tighter than you think it is, though. Every time I've tried it around the outside, like here, I was like, oh, you know, I think I got this. And then it feels like it almost... Hang on, let's see. Does it actually tighten up? Or am I just going mad? I guess it kind of does tighten up as you go through. Yeah, no, it definitely does, yeah. Tightens up as you go through. So I found myself staring right at the sand, and I was like, uh-oh. Made it work, just about. Obviously, Mateo got the place. Got a little nudge bar. Oh no, he just got sideways on his own. He kept sliding up the inside, drifting all the way through that corner. Phil tried to look, but couldn't find anything. Had the inside line here, though, so could just park it quite nice and easily. I knew the exits were, like, extremely important here, so I was basically just trying to keep everyone behind as much as I could and maximize those exits. Cool. It's a bit slower than I was maybe wanting to be here, so you got a little lockdown. Nearly lost it there. I knew this was the full lap before the track was extended in the 80s. Ah, I never knew that. It's actually side by side with Yari here, but I guess he backed up a bit more into the corner, which allowed me through. Tia gets her on the inside there. But yeah, I actually dropped back to last there. You got jumped by Phil as well into the next corner. Well, effectively reaching second all the way down to fifth. Ouch. In the space of like 3-4 corners. Oh, but then Phil gets on the... Phil touches the sand, yep. So easily done there. And drops him back down. A little knock up there didn't help either. See my slow ass was such that you two were catching immediately back up. Okay. Got a bit wide here. So obviously I need to come up the inside. Surprised I got a better run off the corner though. Wasn't expecting that. Maybe the shorter gearing helped, I don't know. I really didn't have to give any space there. It might... The arrow, the like guidance arrow to say where the cars were was being way oversensitive in this race. I realized that later on. I also noticed cars in like your blind spot would kind of blink in and out of existence, which was a bit scary, but... yeah, so some of these earlier battles I was given way more space than I needed to. So he then swept up the inside, easy peasy. Free to go and chase down Mateo. I was hoping I could maybe make something happen, but I couldn't. Got Yari and Phil behind. It's really cool to start maximizing those exits. He fired it up the inside here. Fair play, the door was open, he had so much momentum. First time for me that shorter gear was feasible with this car. I ran shorter. This is basically the same setup I ran last week, just with a slightly softer rear. Oh, he got big sideways. So I wonder why I beat him out here. Well, I didn't quite, but we stayed even. I thought he would have had me a lot easier. I think he was sliding around too much. He couldn't get that power down. Yeah, I softened up the rear end a bit here, which made it a lot easier to get the power down out of the corners, which was exactly what I needed. So pretty close between the three of us all the way through till the end. Let me just quickly... The server for the next race should be live as well. Should be, even though I don't actually know. At the moment. There is a setup from Mattia in the Discord. If you want to check that out. Did I get? Oh yeah, I got a wheel in the sand here, and I thought I was toast here. Dive one up. We locked up. We touched. Which made me lose out a bit. But I think Yari was struggling. He seemed like he was struggling quite a lot with grip. Picked way too early here. He sort of left the door open. Maybe also fooled by the arrows. Made a little lunge into here, but didn't really outbrake him. But that's because he kind of outbraked himself. Crucially had the inside line for this next corner. Oh, he went on the grass. That didn't help him at all. Of course, he had to fight off Phil instead on the exit. Put me in so much of a better position. It's a bit hard there. You have to like immediately run for that inside line once you get off the corner if you want it. And I was like, no, I'm getting there for. I didn't know. He tried. But I pretty much, yeah, I was pretty close on the exit. I didn't get a great exit out. I was worried he might nab me, because I understeered a lot. It's pretty close. Yeah, it was. I thought it was closer than it was. But, it was relatively close, though. Okay, let's get into the next server. Live. Hopefully the track is set up properly. I'm praying that it is. Okay, it seems like it is. We're good. Get the setup download? Unverified download. Yeah, cool. Okay. I would totally post more of my setups, but like I make them in the stream itself, so I very rarely have setups prepared before. There we go. Well, after the meta, they're not quite as useful. I maybe could still post about, but sometimes they are shit, so. Very much depend. Alright, yeah, the softs on this last forever. Okay. surface handles. There you go. I'm from a car that's really light on the steering to a car that's really harsh on the steering. And I immediately outbrake myself into the first corner. We're off to a great start here. I guess it doesn't help that my road car also has no power steering, so it's a little firmer than your average car. It's really not bad. This is definitely heavier than that is. Oh my god, I can't hit any of these braking zones. What am I doing? Owning a really light car is great though, because if you don't feel like actually like turning it on to move it and go through all that, you can literally just pull the handbrake off and then just push it. Oh my god. What am I doing? Oh, that's the wrong button. I don't know why. With CSP enabled, it makes that restart session button appear. I don't really understand that. So it shouldn't be there in multiplayer. As well. You can't restart. Well, hopefully you can restart the session, but obviously it doesn't work because you need. It's not the same thing. Some of these curbs are giant around here. In, so they definitely didn't get it wrong in setting up. At least I hope. Oh god, okay. Oh, we made it. Got it stopped. I really gotta get my bearings. Struggling to at the moment. Okay. Lap completed. Oh, I'm saying super truck's gonna have to climb that big curb. I mean, one of those things, you probably just roll the fucking thing over. Especially given how much they can, like, twist. I feel like hitting that at speed, you would just roll off into the grandstand. Okay, break it around about the bridge. Okay, getting the feel of it. Bit too slow through that. Rolling over is no biggie. True. But if you roll into the catch fencing, it's not ideal. Yeah, as much as catch fencing is designed to catch race cars, if you can avoid a race car touching it, ideal. Almost did it. I wonder what it's going to be like if you get a tow down this straight. I feel like there might be an incident coming into here. Somebody getting a massive toe and going for a crazy lunge. Entrance with flying IndyCar Eagles carbon confetti, yeah. I mean, just look at the crash that ended Frank Kitty's career at Houston. There was debris everywhere. Especially, you know, street track. There's not a lot of places for it to go. Probably find some of it went off into the crowd somewhere, or like the out of the track. I mean, I remember a few years ago in the V8 supercars at Surfers Paradise, Scotty Mack crashed pretty hard. And his like suspension damper landed and broke someone's kitchen table on their balcony. Or like the table they had on like their balcony. It's kind of crazy. Oh my god, he is. Oh, it's nearly the wall. Shape. 2 seconds. Oops, somebody's out of the track. And 6 temps up. It'll find like over double that. But we are improving. I guess those TC lights are very helpful, yeah. Just a bit of fun there. Maybe get a bit more front end out of this thing, I don't know. Ooh. Oh, in the wall. Who is that outside of the train? Yeah, crazy. Not moving right. Wait, hang on. Where is it? Ugh. Freedom. Never mind. This is just the kind of it. It's just kind of no. Somebody underneath the map. Oh, yep. Hello there. Amazing. Team IndyCar doesn't go here anymore though. Because sure, this track can help. I think you gotta restart. I don't think there's any salvation. Positive toe. Getting rid of that. Oh, this is max downforce. Okay. Need to spin the braking a little bit. Let's see. There he goes. Thinking about it, I wonder if this is like the first time. I mean, this isn't real, but I can't think of many times in the real world where like a 911 has been fitted with like an inline 4 engine. Obviously, it's always had the flat 6. I think even in racing circumstances, it's always just had a modified flat 6. I guess if they would have done an 911 Class 1, they would have had to have done. Obviously, have put this engine in it, but maybe that's why they didn't. I guess, well, they also had the Audi, which made more sense. $919. It was a V4 in the 919. But I was thinking, like, purely 911, right? Because, I think that there likely has been some Porsche at some point in time that used an inline 4. But 911, I think, has pretty much always had, even in, like, all its various racing configurations, I think it's pretty much always kept that flat 6. I do think, though, Class 1 on, like, sports car body shells always looks a little weird. Definitely suits, like, sedans a lot better. Sedans/saloons. Like what the DTM used to be. But, like, say like this, the Vantage in real life in DTM, also the NSX and Nissan Z in Super GT. I feel like they look a little. They don't all look bad, but they don't really look like they fit the body shell as much, because the Class 1 kind of chassis is very, especially with its aerodynamics, is very blocky. Definitely fits more with cars like, you know, the old Audi, BMW, Mercedes saloons that they used to run, as well as the, whatchamacallit? I think the Honda switched over to a Civic, which, while kind of cursed, because rear-wheel drive, Civic's front-wheel drive, you know, it kind of fit the body more, or the chassis more. I think the GTR also kind of fits, because that thing's just a huge lump anyways. To the track. A second. After insert those WSS versions for me below the track. Oh. That's so strange. Is WSS like the main place now for AC racing? Or are like other places still popular? Because like that's all I really hear about nowadays is WSS. I don't really hear as much about like even LFM really. I hear about it chopped about every now and then, but not very often. But like Sim Racing GP, I don't really hear anything about that. There's a few others back in the day also, which I'm guessing are probably dead now. Obviously, we know Sim Racing System went the way of the Dodo also. But, well, that wasn't really the main place to race for quite some time, unfortunately. I don't think there is a main place. I guess it's understandable. AC has only grown more fractured, I'd say, over the years. SRS is probably the closest AC ever came to having a unified main place to race, but obviously over time that slipped. Sure I'm feeling about this setup. Feeling okay, but I am currently slowest of the timed cars. So I need something a bit more. I'll try. That's the wrong way. Try that, see what that gets me. Okay, taking off a bit of coast too. Oh right, yeah, I need to turn the mirror back on. Technically have one down the bottom, but obviously my main reference is going to be looking up. It's going to be more of an extended practice session for me. I think I need to just work on trying to get that lap time down more. Oh, crap. Okay. Try undoing the brake patchings. I'll bump up to 99, I guess. Get a little stronger. I guess they're thinking about it, platforms like WFS, SGP, and whatnot, like those kind of platforms, I guess those are sort of decentralized anyways, right? Like, they basically just provide a means for you to host and gain a bit more exposure from doing that by having it shared on like a platform, a shared platform. Like, the communities are kind of their own thing. At least especially in, I don't know to what extent in SGP, because I never really used it, but obviously in WSS, you know, the communities can set their own rules and whatnot. And procedures and yada yada. Which are separate to what WSS says. Obviously, they have a general guidelines, but yeah, it's not like, say, LFM or what SRS used to be, where it was more centralized. Yeah. And I guess iRacing too. That's arguably where these ideas originally kind of sort of came from in the sim racing bubble. Decentralization is an interesting one, though, because obviously it allows communities to have more autonomy and freedom over what they do, at least within the realm parameters that you set them. Because obviously, you know, the service provider can be as open or as restrictive as they want. But I feel like at the same time, it also leads to less loyalty to the platform. You know, people are more loyal to the groups that they join and race, rather than, say, being loyal to WSS or SGP. I remember back a few years ago when SGP bumped up the prices quite significantly, and, you know, a bunch of communities who were pretty popular on SGP moved away because they said it's just not worth it anymore. Moved to, you know, they moved to self-hosting and took the community with them. Whether or not those people go and race in other communities on the platform still, I don't know. I don't even know if the platform's still really even a thing, but yeah. 118, holy fucking shit. It's crazy. It's so crazy, I'm gonna drive into the wall. But obviously, with having things be more centralized on the flip side, though, things can become less personal, less community focused. You know, obviously when SRS is more popular, and also with things like LFM and iRacing, you don't really, a lot of the times, especially when they are like so populated, you oftentimes end up racing different people all the time, and you don't really have a lot of time to, you know, there's a lot less interacting. You know, if these live streams didn't exist, I don't really think we would be here right now if I hadn't started doing these all those years ago. I mean, obviously, literally, because I wouldn't have gotten the series, but even if I did, you know, having this as kind of a more community, like, connected point, I feel like kind of helped. Instead of me just being one of the people who races. And everyone else for that matter. You know, getting involved here instead of just turning up and racing. I am slow. Bit of time here, but I don't think it's really going to be enough to do a lot. Yeah, he's able to pull out 118. I don't know. Up to third. Crook Phil. Still pretty damn slow. compared to the front guys. It's not ideal. Yeah, sorry, clocks him more 118. It's crazy speed. Again, my goal is just to be not lost. Losing time for this lap. I know if I shaved up a bit of fuel, it would help me in terms of lap time, probably, but I doubt by enough to really get close to Yari. So I understand that. Definitely more comfortable than I was at the beginning, but still not really feeling at one with this combo at the moment. Not that I don't enjoy it, it's just I'm struggling to really get the most out of the car. I know I'm leaving a lot on the table, but I just don't have the confidence to push that extra bit more. Get it. Set it as I marginally go green, and then immediately throw that away by braking way too much for a corner. Oh, God, so close to that wall there. Pretty much even on the split. Bit too much curb. Oh, needed a little. Pretty much throwing this lap away though. This corner in second gear. And should touch the curb. Race is really just going to be holding on though. I think and hoping for the best. Make sure I actually do have enough fuel. I do. Okay. But them two got 118. It's crazy. I think my race is definitely going to be with Phil. We seem to be relatively close on pace. Matthias started from the back. It's a very bold choice. But I guess he's probably thinks he can get it done. If anybody could, it probably is him. But it's not going to be easy. Okay, lights are on. Too much up the line. Touch a little bit and fill that. The braking mark is going to be. I brake way too early there. But there's a place for him already. Oh, he lost it! Bit too eager on that throttle. That cost him. I don't want telling me Phil is swinging me from like Antarctica or something. Ooh, that was really bad. We're out of shape on this start here. Try and settle down into a rhythm though. Rears don't really want to settle. It's gone real deep. He's in the wall a bit. A bit early. Maybe followed into the wall. I think he just avoided it also. Huge bumps on the exit onto the straight. Tito's real close. Is he going to be able to get a run? Still going way over. He'll get enough to make a place. It is hard though, because it's not really straight down there. He can carry a lot more speed through those corners. He probably can. I probably can. I just don't know how. It's gonna get me down to here, I think. Big run on the slipstream. Yep, there he goes. I cannot get the line onto that back straight right anymore. I got it right a few times in practice and qualifying, I think. But now it's lost on me. Oh no, I'm in the wall. Ow. Was it a 119? Oh my god. Pretty much improved through every part of the track so far. Put a wheel spin on the exit for the heart. As much time as I thought through here, given that I hit the wall. I guess that wouldn't have been my fastest lap though. I'm stupid. Please ignore me. Still only at 120.5 though. Just can't seem to get that extra. Yeah, Phil. Actually, no, but he was a second faster than me. Phil was still about half a second faster than me though. Which is time I just can't find at the moment. Which is a bit of a problem. I got about 10th up. raise that wall a little bit. He's up past Phil. I lied about not being able to find an extra half a second because I just immediately found it. Get off the fill now then. Immediately blow basically all the time I gained last lap. Jeez. Maybe should have trimmed up a little bit of rear downforce. All the time I gained on that last lap. Crazy. Okay, run a pretty good run here though. Car's behaving. Almost 4 temps up, I think. I think these last couple of corners I really struggle on. I just cannot get a rhythm through those to save my life. Generally, I don't really like stepped corners like that. Also includes stuff like Turkey Turn 8 and shit like that. I know, Turkey can be done flat, but, it might as well just be in the right car, but, you know, at that point, it might as well just be a sweeper. You're just making a really jaggedy sweeper. Check third gear through these corners. Might actually be the better play to carry more speed. Maybe a power pickup on the exit, because this car is just ridiculous. Go briefly green there. Okay. Try to take the brake bias back even further. If that can help me with a bit of extra rotation. These sharp ass bends. Get out first one, like second gear. I think all these can be done in third. Oh dear. Ow. That definitely wasn't the right way to do that. Okay. 8 minutes left. And we're not really gaining. Definitely am not able to exploit this combination as well as the others are. Which is kind of sad, but it be what it be. Too much card there. We went up into the wall there. But we didn't. Good. Locked up a little bit. I made it. We're tracking slightly green. It's good. Ooh, nearly the wall. But it wasn't. So we're good. I think Phil might have had a bit of an issue there. Definitely lost a lot of time. We're up 4 attempts. I did hit that curve there, so it cost me a little bit. Okay, well, he did a 21 then. Let's pull this in a lot closer. Might be a battle between the two of us after all. Not if I do that. Oh. Oh god. Okay. It's way worse than it needed to be. Crap. Oh. That's that over. Never mind. My right rear is like super heated as well. Or left rear, sorry. Bright red. Oh well. I tried. Oh yeah, you can feel it pulling under the brakes. To the left. Rear is not happy. Oh my god, yeah, okay. Definitely need to prioritize cooling that down. Help with this track. It doesn't really give it much of a room for a breather, but it's too hot at the moment. Getting down like 3 temps all on. That's pretty much purely the tire. Cooled down now though, it seems. Back up the speed more. But we are too far back now to really get anything done unless he crashes. It's unfortunate. It's looking like I maybe could have pulled it back, but I think it's just gonna be rolling it around to the finish. Which is a bit of a bummer. On 18.1, that's crazy. Mattia. Too busy looking at the leaderboard. Ow. But it seems like Mattia's made his way all the way up to second. That's mighty impressive. Wonder if he can maybe get it done. Still 3 minutes left to go on the clock. very good pace. As I said, if there's anyone who could do it, it would be him. Oh, the season has not gotten off to the best start for me, though. Very mediocre performances across the board for the first 2 rounds and first 6 races. I guess we gotta pick a podium or 2 in the Legends. Actually, and I think I flunked both the races in the Legends last week, but I think race 2 here I got a podium. So, it's at least something. Hopefully throughout the season it will come to me more and it will get better, but for now it is what it is. Not that I'm not enjoying these combos either. I definitely do. It's just my level of performance is inadequate. I guess. Put it nicely. In the bin. Doesn't help really that I've been using these races to effectively recharge my battery with adrenaline. As I was tired of shit coming into this. Still kind of am, but a bit less so. Which is ironic, given that, you know, I've sat here doing something that requires, you know, physical movement and actually not a crazy amount, but physical movement and focus beyond just sitting on my chair and playing with like a controller or whatever. True direct drive workout. I wonder if that could work actually, if you just drove on a direct drive wheel enough with like the force cramped up. You probably would eventually get some muscles building. To be honest, outside of this, I really don't sim race much nowadays. So, really all I get for sim racing exercise in the week. Really should start doing more, but yeah, just for a variety of reasons, haven't really. It's gonna be the final lap. No, one more, I think. Yep. He is still in second, so if he wants to get the lead, he's got to try something. I don't know how close he is to Yari. Oh shit. Well, just gonna use it on home. This is so much better than the current Detroit Street course. Kind of wish they'd changed the one they have in IndyCar at the moment, / IMSA. Because obviously they run. It's like a double-header weekend. Because, like, Belle Island wasn't perfect. And I get they maybe had to move away from there for, like, some valid reasons or whatnot. But the track they have now just ain't it. go from a track that's pretty fun and very demanding to a track that's basically just a series of 90-degree corners that rattle you to death and encourage murder, pretty much. Oh, he didn't quite do it. He was close, though. 6 attempts in it at the end. Oof. Definitely threw that one in the bin. Oops. This is bumpy. I can't imagine the dude that trades Beat Circuit. Yeah. Yeah, no, it must be insane. Add to the fact that it's just a crummy layout in general. Double whammy. To your hair though. We had a little technically mean fill there, but it was all okay. I braked way too early. I don't know why I felt like we'd been going down the street a while. I guess because we weren't really up to speed, so I braked way early. I was like, oh shit. But he got through. Yeah, I just lit it up on the throttle. Plain and simple. Got it wrong. Crazy that he still managed to pull it through. Front, yeah, Gary sort of took off. So I was trying my best to hang on to Phil. I was doing an okay job at the beginning, but I just threw in a series of mistakes and eventually lost it. Lost any chance to fight it. He got a great run here, so I kind of just let him. Well, didn't literally let him. I just didn't defend. But yeah, I did go a bit too wide there on the exit. I didn't mean to go that wide. That's just a mistake. But I was hoping maybe he'd go up and start tussling with Phil a bit and slow Phil down, pull him back in. Also, I didn't want my mirrors filled with his car. Because that would have hurt me. I dinged the wall a little bit there. It didn't help. Ding. Ooh, he locked up a bit there. Some crazy speed. Definitely he was putting it to good use. Okay, yeah, you can see it's not easy to pass here. But thankfully this car gets a crazy slipstream, so there are opportunities. I was able to get it up the inside here. Pretty much the same as what he did with me. And that freedom to go and chase after the front two. I don't know what happened to Phil though. So he sort of was on the wrong side of the track at one point, so I think he must have had a bit of an oopsie on the exit of the hairpin. Let's see. No, it's still fine. Headed into. Oh yeah. Oops. God damn it. Yeah, I got a bit too aggressive there and whacked the wall. Let's see. That was before he even got past. Okay, now I must have hit the wall again, I think? I'm losing track. Because I'd fallen way back. Safe to say I made a lot of mistakes in this one. No, I didn't really. Okay. At the front, pretty much the same status quo, though. Let's see what. Oh, god damn it. Twice. Okay, I went too far forward, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, he lit up the rear. Okay. That was nowhere near as bad as I was thinking it might have been. Though, catching up to Mateo. Quite nicely. So I was catching up to Phil actually slightly as well. I was hoping maybe we could have a little bit of a battle, but I know I'm going to ruin that. Oh, is this the lap? Oh no, it's a couple laps later. Okay. I'll keep on with these two for now. Setting some insane speed. I don't know how you guys were doing 18s. 19s was about, like mid-90s was about as good as I could get. Oh. Bit eager on the throttle there. Oh, nearly on the wall. Because luckily there's nowhere really he could have gone. But he's in the right place to get a... Oh, he didn't. I was thinking he was going to get the run again. He didn't get a good run. Locked up a bit there. Actually catching up slowly to Yari in general, looks like. Mateo woke for a bit when I caught him. Yeah, he engaged. Oh, I think he was in the wall. Was he in the wall a little bit? Woke up. Well, that was a low wall tap. I think this here. Oh no! Oh, unlucky. Oh shit! Wrong button. Oh, he was out of shape on the grass, couldn't get off the grass. Overcooked into the tire wall, bounced off. Luckily didn't take Mateo with him. However, I also had I crashed in sympathy, I'll put it. It's definitely a more flattering way to put it. Not that I... Yeah, I just locked the rear axle. And the car... Oh, the wing hit the wall. I thought I hit the tire wall, but I hit the actual wall and the wing just like scooped me up. Weird. And you were then free to go and chase after the Yari. Which you did, you caught up. Pretty close, but ultimately no dice. Yeah, it was gonna be really hard starting from the back to get the win. It was definitely not... Yeah, Pikachu got away this time. Yeah, it definitely wasn't impossible. As you proved, it definitely was possible to get through people. But I think, yeah, the slight oopsie at the start definitely didn't help. And obviously, yeah, probably would have helped if you could have gotten past, especially Mateo, a bit faster. But, yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I just don't expect. They all Bridgestone tires? Oh, they are. Okay. Oh, no. I'm guessing... Oh, wait, sorry. Brickstone, not Bridgestone. Brickstone Patonza, sorry. And me and Mateo and Phil have got the Ponluds. I didn't even notice that there were different tire markings on. I'm guessing these are probably aren't from the like carbon fiber liveries. Random, but Brickstones last forever. Apparently, so do Ponluds. Oh, hang on. There's more. Okay, one of them just straight has Michelins. I didn't even try. Oh, an Adbon Tateyama. Okay. Yes, the two of them had the Brickstone. These have any different? No. Okay. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. Well, for me it was pretty bad performance-wise, but I don't think it was too bad. Well, I guess Race 2 in the Legends was alright, even though I was just doing my greatest Waller impression. Next week, there'll be an interesting couple of tracks. I think the longest tracks in both series, with VIR South in the Legends car, and Circuit de la Sarthe in the Porsche. Ironically, completely coincidentally, racing straight after Le Mans. Because I think it is... Let me check. I'm pretty certain it is Le Mans this weekend. th of June. Yeah, so it is this weekend. Yeah, 10th to the 14th. That was completely unintentional, but it works out, I guess. But yeah, that should be interesting next week. Pretty different tracks. I have run a bit around Le Mans in the Porsche, and it is very fast. I don't have a setup though. I just think I just ran the default. I was just curious to see what the default could do, and you can do quite a lot. Even with all that downforce loaded on. It's around about, like, GTP pace, I think. At least mod GTP pace. With the AI driving, of course, so... Far from optimal, but... a good enough measuring stick, I guess. But yeah, of course, yeah, I'll get everything all updated again post stream with all the results and whatnot. But I think at the moment I don't really have anything more to announce. I was tempted to show something off, but I am pretty tired. So, I think I'm just going to take some time to just chill out after this. And who knows? I'll either show it off next week or maybe come back on for a weekend stream because we haven't done one of those in a while. I don't know. I'll make my mind up. when the time comes. But yeah, looking forward to next week. Should be interesting. Hopefully it's what I need to reignite my my performances that so far have been down in the dumps. But yeah, I don't really have any much more to say at the moment. Nothing's really changed on the server or website front since last week. I haven't really done anything there. We'll get around to doing some more this season, but beyond updating the results, I haven't touched anything. I have done some more thinking, I guess, about like how to represent everything. But obviously, that doesn't really mean anything to you guys until I've actually got something. So, yeah. So yeah, thanks everyone who turned up and raced. Thanks everyone who came out and chatted. Of course, yeah, VIR South in the Legends and Second de la Saf in the Porsches next week. I'll also maybe be around. I could maybe leave it another week or so before I announce in the special. Yeah, and obviously in the next couple of weeks I'll announce what the special is as well for this season. Yeah, so look forward to that as well. But for now, that's everything. So yeah, thanks again everyone, and adios.